Welcome to the Wealth Pocket. Money is not rare. There are trillions of dollars moving through the global economy every single day. Yet somehow, most people never manage to capture even a small fraction of it. They work harder. They wake up earlier. They sacrifice more years of their life. And still, money keeps its distance. The uncomfortable truth is this: money does not avoid people randomly. It avoids people who unknowingly push it away. And most people have been trained to do exactly that. The misunderstanding about money. From childhood, people are taught something that sounds logical. Work hard, be responsible, get a stable job, save money. This formula feels safe, but it quietly creates a financial ceiling. Because money does not reward effort. Money rewards value multiplied by scale. A person can work 12 hours a day at a job and still remain financially stuck. Meanwhile, another person can design a system once and allow it to generate income for years. One sells time, the other sells leverage, and money follows leverage. This is the first invisible wall most people never see. They are taught to trade hours for income. But money does not grow where time is limited. The time trap. Most people believe time is their most valuable asset. But when time becomes the only thing you sell, it also becomes your biggest limitation. There are only 24 hours in a day, which means there is a strict limit to how much money someone can earn through labor alone. This is why many hardworking people remain financially stuck for decades. Their effort increases, their hours increase, but their income barely moves. Money prefers systems that expand. Businesses, assets, ideas, products, leverage. These things detach income from time. And once that happens, money can finally grow. But most people never escape the time trap. Because they were never shown another path. The comfort illusion. Another reason money avoids people is comfort. Not luxury comfort, routine comfort. Predictable routines create psychological safety. Wake up, work, pay bills, repeat. This loop becomes familiar. And familiarity is addictive. The problem is that money rarely appears inside predictable patterns. Wealth is usually created through uncertainty. Starting something new, learning new skills, taking calculated risks. Most people are not financially stuck because they lack intelligence. They are stuck because they protect their comfort zone. And money rarely enters places where growth is avoided. The invisible programming. Society quietly programs people with financial beliefs that sound responsible. Don't take risks. Play it safe. Be realistic. Be grateful for what you have. These statements sound wise, but they also limit ambition. The wealthiest individuals often operate with a completely different belief system. Instead of asking, "How can I work harder?" they ask, "How can this work without me?" Instead of focusing on job security, they focus on value creation. Instead of protecting stability, they pursue opportunity. Money is attracted to opportunity, not safety. And most people are conditioned to avoid opportunity because it feels uncertain. The consumption cycle. Another reason money avoids people is consumption. Modern economies are built on spending. Advertisements constantly encourage people to upgrade their lives. New phones, new cars, new clothes, new distractions. This creates the illusion of progress. But consumption without ownership slowly drains financial energy. While many people spend their income on liabilities, wealthy individuals quietly convert income into assets. Assets generate more income, which creates more assets, which creates even more income. It becomes a financial snowball. But if income is constantly consumed, the snowball never forms. Money does not grow where it is constantly removed. The skill gap. Money also avoids people who stop learning. Not academic learning, market learning. The economy rewards skills that create value. Problem solving, sales, communication, technology, strategy. These abilities increase a person's financial gravity. When someone develops rare and useful skills, opportunities begin to appear. And opportunities attract money. But many people stop learning after formal education, which means their value in the marketplace slowly becomes outdated. Money always moves toward relevance. The fear barrier. Fear is one of the most powerful money repellents. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of losing security. These fears keep people inside the same financial environment for years, sometimes decades. But wealth is rarely built inside fear. Every major financial breakthrough requires some form of uncertainty. A new idea, a new path, a new risk. Most people are not financially limited by intelligence or talent. They are limited by hesitation. Money moves quickly, and hesitation causes missed opportunities. The patience problem. One of the most misunderstood aspects of wealth is time. Real wealth often grows slowly at first. But modern culture encourages instant results. People want financial transformation in weeks. But systems, investments, and businesses require years to compound. This impatience causes many people to quit early. They start, they try. Nothing dramatic happens in the first year. So they stop. Meanwhile, those who remain patient quietly accumulate momentum. Money respects patience. Because patience allows compounding to work. The attention economy. There is another hidden reason money avoids most people. Attention. Modern technology constantly competes for human attention. Social media, entertainment, endless scrolling. Hours disappear without creating anything valuable. Attention is the most powerful economic resource in the modern world. Where attention goes, energy follows. And where energy goes, value can be created. But if attention is constantly fragmented, productivity collapses. And without productivity, wealth rarely forms. The people who build wealth often protect their attention like a scarce asset. Because they understand its true value. The wealth attraction principle. Money behaves almost like gravity. It moves toward value, scale, and leverage. It avoids limitation, fear, and consumption. This is why two people can work equally hard and experience completely different financial outcomes. One focuses on survival. The other focuses on systems. One trades time. The other builds leverage. One consumes income. The other accumulates assets. Over time, these small decisions compound. And money slowly moves toward the environments where it can grow. Final thoughts. Money is not emotional. It does not reward effort, loyalty, or sacrifice. It responds to structure, systems, value, leverage. Most people never realize that money avoids them not because they are unlucky, but because they were trained to play a financial game with invisible rules. Once those rules become visible, everything changes. Money stops feeling mysterious and starts behaving predictably. The real question is not why money avoids most people. The real question is whether you are willing to think differently enough to attract it. There is a strange pattern in the world. Millions of people wake up early. They work harder every year. They sacrifice sleep, energy, and time. And yet, money never seems to stay with them. It passes through their hands like water. Meanwhile, a small number of people quietly attract enormous amounts of wealth. Not by working harder, but by playing a completely different game. The uncomfortable truth is this. Money is not avoiding people randomly. It is avoiding people who were trained to repel it. And most people never realize it. The system needed workers, not owners. Modern society was never designed to create millions of wealthy individuals. It was designed to create stability. Predictable workers, reliable consumers, people who follow instructions. From childhood, most people are trained for obedience. Follow rules, complete assignments, memorize information, ask for permission. These behaviors create excellent employees. But they rarely create wealthy individuals. Because wealth usually comes from questioning systems, not perfectly functioning inside them. This is why the education system rarely teaches leverage, ownership, or financial strategy. It teaches compliance. And compliance keeps systems running smoothly. But money rarely rewards compliance. Money rewards control. Control of assets. Control of distribution. Control of systems. And most people never gain control of anything. The hard work illusion. One of the most powerful financial myths ever created is this. Hard work leads to wealth. It sounds fair. It sounds moral. But reality tells a different story. There are millions of people working extremely hard right now. Construction workers, factory employees, delivery drivers, nurses working night shifts. They sacrifice physical energy every day. Yet most of them will never become financially free. Because hard work alone does not create wealth. Leverage creates wealth. Leverage means your effort multiplies beyond your own time. Technology, businesses, investments, intellectual property. These things allow one person's work to affect thousands or even millions of people. But when someone only sells their time, Their income becomes trapped inside the limits of the clock. And time is brutally limited. The psychological cage. Most financial limitations are not external. They are psychological. People are quietly conditioned to believe certain invisible rules. Be realistic. Don't risk too much. Security matters more than opportunity. These beliefs feel responsible, but they also build invisible walls around ambition. The human brain is designed to protect safety. It prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar uncertainty. Which means many people unconsciously avoid the very actions that could change their financial trajectory. They stay inside routines, inside predictable environments, inside financial cages that feel comfortable. And money rarely enters cages. The consumption machine. There is another system quietly working against most people. The global consumption machine. Every day, billions of dollars are spent influencing human behavior. Advertising is not just about products. It is about identity. Convincing people that buying something will make them feel successful, confident, important. New cars, luxury clothing, upgraded lifestyles. These things create temporary emotional rewards. But they also quietly remove financial fuel. Wealth grows when resources are accumulated and invested. But consumer culture trains people to immediately convert income into lifestyle. Which means the financial snowball never starts rolling. Income comes in, income goes out, and money never stays long enough to multiply. The attention theft. There is another hidden factor most people underestimate. Attention. Attention is the raw material of productivity. And productivity creates value. But modern technology is designed to fragment attention. Endless notifications, short videos, infinite scrolling. Entire hours disappear inside digital distractions. Attention is slowly drained away from creation and redirected toward consumption. The result is a generation constantly entertained but rarely focused. And without deep focus, meaningful wealth creation becomes extremely difficult. Those who control their attention often control their financial future. Those who lose their attention often lose opportunities they never even saw. The fear filter. Opportunities appear constantly in the economy. New technologies, new industries, new business models. But opportunity passes through a filter. Fear. When most people see opportunity, they also see risk. What if it fails? What if people judge them? What if they lose money? So they hesitate. They wait. They analyze endlessly. Meanwhile, someone else moves first. Fear quietly deletes countless financial possibilities before they ever begin. Not because people lack intelligence, but because fear convinces them to stay exactly where they are. The patience advantage. Wealth has a strange relationship with time. At first, it grows almost invisibly. Small investments, slow progress, tiny gains. For years, nothing appears dramatic. But eventually, something powerful begins to happen. Compounding. Small gains begin multiplying. Assets begin generating new income. Momentum starts accelerating. But most people never reach this stage. Because modern culture conditions people for immediate rewards. If results do not appear quickly, they assume the path is wrong. So they quit and start again somewhere else. Resetting the compounding clock every time. Patience is one of the rarest financial advantages in the modern world. The wealth gravity effect. Money behaves like gravity. It moves toward environments where it can grow. Skills attract opportunities. Opportunities attract income. Income attracts investment. Investment attracts more income. Eventually, wealth begins reinforcing itself. But the opposite is also true. Low skills limit opportunities. Limited opportunities limit income. Limited income prevents investment. And the cycle continues. This is why the financial gap between individuals often expands over time. Not because of luck, but because small early advantages compound into massive long-term differences. The uncomfortable realization. Most people believe money is difficult to obtain. But money is everywhere. It flows through industries, markets, businesses, technologies. The real challenge is not money itself. The challenge is escaping the patterns that quietly repel it. Patterns of consumption, patterns of distraction, patterns of fear, patterns of limited thinking. The moment those patterns break, something interesting happens. Money stops feeling distant, opportunities become visible, and the financial game begins to change. But very few people ever reach that moment of awareness. Because the system works best when most people remain exactly where they are. Busy, tired, and wondering why money always seems to stay just out of reach.